All right, guys, looking here at the Titans playing defense. Pre-snap right now, it looks like it's going to be some form of cover six. Now, it's going to change in a minute, but it looks like they're playing four lock to the side with the safety creeping down a little bit, playing cover two with the high safety over, and then the apex player in between, and you get your pretty standard 4-2 box. That's kind of what it looks like initially. Because at the NFL, you don't often get exactly what you're looking at. So now we can see right at that pre-snap movement, we can see right now, this looks like a pretty standard example of cover two. Okay, so the reason why this is a pretty standard example of cover two, first of all, we have 11 personnel from the Broncos, right? Tight end, running back. That would say in cover two, we should have a 4-2 box, which is exactly what we get. And then we should have an apex player to the two receiver side, which is exactly what we get. Okay, and then we see our shell on the outside, which is what most quarterbacks are going to look at the most, where we see is high safety to one side, high safety to the other, and then we see a low corner with outside leverage and a low corner with outside leverage. That's the basics of cover two. That's a pretty standard pre-snap look, which would also tell you in cover two, if you're going to get a team that's going to play cover two, particularly in early down and distance like 1st and 10, that's really a great opportunity to run the ball because they're going to be short a guy in the gap integrity of the run game right now. But this is cover two. Now, if we run through a couple frames here, we can see the corners are playing low. They don't have any vertical responsibility. They're playing outside leverage. The safeties gained a little bit of depth and width each. Now, they're not gaining a ton. They're already 14 yards off the ball. Normally, we would see in cover two the DBs get out there a little bit more quickly, but they're getting a very clear run read from the offense initially. We also see the overhang player keying into the backfield. The moment he gets that run action, he steps in because he knows theoretically he's responsible for a run gap. Right, he is responsible for a run gap. So this is a pretty standard cover two look right now. Now, talking about gap integrity in cover two, if we're going to play from 11 personnel and they're only going to stick 6 in the box right now, right? Those 6 right now that are in the box, they're going to have an issue in the gaps, right? Right now, if we have 6 blockers, that means we've got 7 gaps. We've got A, B, C to the left where it looks like it's C, B, and A gap that are accounted for. Now on the right, we've got A, B, C, and D. However, there's only 3 run defenders, right? Which tells us that someone's missing a gap, right? If we run the ball, we feel like we have good run numbers. We got 6 to block 6. The offense should feel good about that, which is standard in cover 2. Okay, so as we hand this ball off, even though Jadeveon Clowney rips through the tight end here, they end up finding a nice big gap there and picking up an easy 5-7 yards, whatever they end up getting. But that's a pretty standard cover 2 look, at least right from the pre-snap look right now. We can see safeties are clearly very high. We're not getting that 4 cross look like cover 4. We're getting much more of that umbrella look, right, which indicates more of a cover 2 look with an apex defender. That's kind of our basic cover 2. So aside from the pre-snap movement, this is about as basic a cover 2 look as you're going to get.